Today I will talk about customer analytics matrix. This is my second lecture on the customer analytics matrix. My channel have both lecture 1 and lecture 2. So this is my lecture outline. So these were the topics in my first lecture, where introduction was there in my first lecture, and these three categories of the customer analytics matrix were there. In my present lecture, which is lecture 2, I will talk about customer engagement matrix, customer service matrix, customer loyalty program matrix, and finally, I will talk about how to improve all these metrics, uh, both which are included in lecture 1 and which are included in lecture 2. So first of all, I'll talk about set of metrics related to customer engagement. These are the metrics which are related to customer engagement, and these include average session duration, pages per session, time on page, click-through rate, social media engagement, bounce rate, analysis of social media text data, customer stickiness factor, feature adoption rate, time to value, monthly active users of an application, message delivery rate, message open rate, message unsubscription rate, drop off rate, cart abandonment rate, and conversion rate. The average session duration, it measures how long users spend on our website or application during a single visit. Formula is this, and this average session duration indicates how long users are actively engaged with our online content or platform during a single visit. For example, if users spend a total of 1000 minutes on our website across 50 sessions, the average session duration is of 20 minutes. Then pages per session, it indicates the number of pages a user visits within a single session, that is single visit to a website. It tells us about user engagement, content quality, navigation effectiveness, and website stickiness. It is noteworthy that a high page per session would also indicate that users are confused or struggling to find what they need. Then time on page, it tracks the time a user spends on a single web page. This is the formula. It measures how long users spend on a specific page, indicating the level of interest and engagement with that content. If a user spend a total of 500 minutes on a page across 100 views, the average time on page is 5 minutes. Then click-through rate, it measures the percentage of users who click on a link or an advertisement. Click-through rates refer to the percentage of customers that clicked an email, SMS, push notification, or WhatsApp message after they opened and viewed the message. It is pivotal customer engagement metric, effectively showcasing the resonance of our campaign with our audience. Then social media engagement rate, it track metrics like likes, comments, shares, and mentions. So the formula is total engagement divided by total reach or impressions. For example, if a social media post has 1000 impressions and 50 engagements are there, the engagement rate is 5%. Then bounce rate, it measures the percentage of visitors who leave a web page without initiating any action. So this is the formula. The formula is number of single page visits divided by total number of visits. It indicates the percentage of users who leave our website after viewing only one page, which can signal a lack of engagement or poor user experience. For example, if 50 out of 100 visitors leave after viewing only one page, the bounce rate is 50%. Then analysis of social media text data. These indicators of performance include brand mention over time, This actually comes out after text analysis. Then negative comments, technical or account questions, the number of questions that could be answered through other support material. So for some of these, we need the help of natural language processing. Then customer stickiness factor. Stickiness tells us, are people coming back? And the formula is, it is calculated by dividing daily active users by monthly active users. A higher ratio means customer love us enough to keep visiting. It is a great signal of product market fit, and it helps predict long-term retention. Then feature adoption rate. This customer engagement metric measures the percentage of users who have used a specific feature of a product at least once. This shows how many users have engaged with the new feature that are launched. This metric empowers product marketers and managers to discern which feature their customer value and which may be redundant. Then time to value. Time to value measures the time it takes our customers from onboarding to our platform until they derive some sort of benefit from the product. Depending on our product, we can measure time to value in different ways. For example, how long it takes user to upgrade from free version to paid version, and how long it takes to do a specific action that we regard as a value indicator. The lower the time to value, the more likely you will reap the benefits of customer retention and satisfaction. Monthly active users of an application is one of the key customer engagement metrics that tracks the unique number of users engaging with our application each one. It focuses on individual users rather than the total number of sessions. And this is the formula. Message delivery rate is one of the most common customer engagement metrics. This metric tells us the percentage of messages successfully delivered, whereas message open rate is the percentage of recipients who open the message. Message unsubscription rate is number of unsubscribed message divided by total message delivered. It indicates potential issues with message relevance or frequency. Then drop-off rate. Drop-off rate tells us about how many users abandon a desired action on our website, like submitting a newsletter or discount sign-up form or completing a purchase. And the formula is total number of users who abandon an action divided by total number of users who complete an action. So this is a ratio kind of a metric. Then conversion rate, it measures the percentage of users who complete a desired action. So this is actually opposite of the drop-off rate. So the action include purchases or sign up. This is the formula. It measures how effectively our website or platform convert visitors into desired actions like making a purchase or signing up of a newsletter. Then cart abandonment rate. Cart abandonment rate measures the percentage of online shoppers who add items to their cart but leave the website without completing the purchase. And so this is the formula. An explanation is that this metric tells us whether we are facilitating a seamless customer experience or whether users are running into bugs, glitches, or distractions during checkout. It highlights potential issues in the buying journey. So high cart abandonment indicates problem with checkout process, problem with pricing transparency, problem with shipping costs, lack of preferred payment option, security concern, comparison shopping, and other aspects of the user experience. Then these are the second set of customer analytics metrics. These include first response time, first contact resolution, resolution time, overall resolution rate, ticket volume, average ticket handling time, agent touches, value enhancement score. So first response time measures the time taken to respond to customer inquiries. Customers may reach out via different channels. And we can have the following benchmark as starting point. So if a customer reaches through email or online form, we should respond within 24 hours or less. If customer reaches via social media, we should respond within 16 minutes. If customer reaches via phone, we should respond within 3 minutes. If customer reaches via live chat and messaging, we should respond instantly. Then first contact resolution. So first contact resolution rate measures how many cases require only one contact from the customer. It measures the percentage of issues resolved during the initial customer interaction. Then resolution time. It measures the time taken to fully resolve a customer issue. And there are various ways to measure resolution time, one of which is mean time to resolution or MTTR. Resolution time is often measured in business hours to account for non-working hours. Then overall resolution rate, also known as ticket resolution rate. Tracking ticket resolution rate metric help identify areas where resources might be needed, such as additional training or improved process. It also helps in evaluating the performance of individual agent or team. Ticket volume. It tracks the number of incoming customer support requests or tickets. So, a sudden spike in ticket volume could mean something broken or that customers are confused. So, this is one of the actually important metric. Then average ticket handling time. The handling time measures the amount of time an agent actually spends working on a single case. It is important not to focus on this operational metric alone because agents may rush through customers' ticket instead of focusing on great customer service to improve it. An agent touches. It refers to the number of interactions a support agent has with a customer or ticket until it is resolved. It is crucial for understanding the efficiency and effectiveness of customer support interaction, and high agent touches often indicates complex issues or inefficiencies. Then value enhancement score, it was developed by Gartner. This is the website. And to calculate value enhancement score, we need to ask two questions. These are two questions and these are assessed on a 7-point scale. Then third set of metrics include customer loyalty program metrics. So these include following metrics: program enrollment, active member rate, loyalty redemption rate or LRR, breakage rate, tier penetration or tier progression, program revenue percentage. So program enrollment, also known as participation rate, it is the number of customers who join divided by total number of eligible customers. It indicates how attractive and accessible the program is, reflecting the value proposition and how it is communicated. So both are important, the value proposition and how it is communicated. Then active member rate, or also known as active participation rate. This is customer who earned or redeemed rewards divided by total customers. It reflects how actively members are participating in the program and not just whether they have signed up. Active member rate is often linked to customer retention, average order value, and overall program success. Then loyalty redemption rate, LRR. Many companies have loyalty programs and LRR looks at whether customers are actively engaging with it. Formula is total points or rewards redeemed divided by total points or rewards issues. A number of factors influence the loyalty redemption rate, such as perceived value of program, ease of earning and spending points, expiration dates, and variety of rewards. This helps identify which customers are the most enthusiastic loyalty members and indicates which type of points and rewards are redeemed more than others. Then breakage rate, that this include expired points divided by issued points. Higher breakage rates can increase profitability since companies don't have to fulfill those redemptions, but excessively higher rates can signal poorly designed or unattractive loyalty program. Then tier penetration or tier progression. The formula is members in the top tier of loyalty program divided by total members of that program. Then program revenue percentage. So this is the formula, and this provides a clear view of how much each program contributes to the overall revenue of the business entity. So this was all about customer analytics metrics I have taken in 2 lectures. Now, how to improve the customer analytics metrics. So let us discuss few of the metrics and how they can be improved. So in general, how to improve customer analytics metrics. These are some general observations or points. We should train the employees right. We should improve response time. We should simplify the process. We should act on insights urgently. We should continuously monitor and improve the metrics. Then this is another set of the improvement steps. We should understand our customers. We should personalize the experience. We should segment customers by their value, create targeted marketing and retention strategies based on those segments. We should develop a customer loyalty program that offer rewards and incentives for repeat business. We should stay engaged with customer through regular communication and follow-up. So these are some of the general points. Now let us go to specific points. So how to increase customer retention? So these are various points to increase. So we should enhance customer service using these points. We should personalize the customer experience using these points. We should build customer loyalty. Then we should gather and utilize customer feedback. We should enhance customer journey. We should prevent customer churn. So for one of my interested viewer can pause the video and they can note down or they can apply in their practical life all these ways and methods to improve the customer retention. Then how to improve the customer acquisition cost. We should optimize the marketing campaigns. We can improve the sales funnel. We can offer customer referrals and incentives. We can build strong brand loyalty. We can leverage multi-channel marketing, and we should focus on customer retention. This is how we can improve the customer acquisition cost. Then how to increase customer lifetime value. We should focus on customer retention. We should invest more in upselling and cross-selling. We should concentrate on subscription-based models. We should stimulate customer loyalty. We should personalize the customer experience. We can improve customer acquisition cost. And we can create and invest in brand ambassador program. We should engage in post-sale period also. And we should invest in good customers, that is those customers who require little maintenance and support. Then how to increase the average order value. We can increase the average order value by upselling or cross-selling. We can bundle the offers. We can give an option of free shipping thresholds, and we can give minimum purchase discounts, and we can use loyalty programs. So this is all about customer analytic metrics. I have given an introduction in my first lecture. Then I have described some of the metrics in my first lecture, some of the metrics in second lecture. Then I talked about how to improve the customer analytics metrics. Thank you very much.